I have not been hitting my protein goals this week because I ran out of protein. And since that happened, I've kind of just been eating whatever has been available to me. And because of that, we're going to head to Costco and I'm going to show you everything that I buy in order to stock up my fridge to hit my protein goals every day. I used to just go to the store every single day and buy my protein, but it's getting so expensive and it just doesn't make sense to buy things individually anymore when Costco has such a big wide variety of like prepackaged meat and stuff. And oh, disclaimer, this is going to be a meat protein haul. So yeah, let's head to Costco and I'll show you everything I get. Okay, going straight to the meat department. I've been making a lot of ramen lately, and ideally you want to use pork belly. However, this is kind of a lot for how much ramen I eat. I have tried rack of lamb. It's very easy to cook, but I don't like the flavor. Okay, so this is my favorite cut of meat. So I'm going to pick one of these up. Alright, and then I switched from chicken breast to chicken thighs. So I'm just going to pick up one of these. I get these paleo chicken thighs. I haven't gotten these in a while, but they're so good, so I'm going to grab them. I haven't gotten these in a while, but they're really good, so I'm going to grab them. Sometimes I do pick this up, but I haven't in a while. And maybe I'll grab one since I'm not going to get the ribeye. For protein, also, I get this mozzarella just as a meat alternative. And then I usually pick up some of these to go with the mozzarella. And I grab one of these as well. Okay, I also get this, no, not the tail on, tail off the shrimp. I also get one of these, bacon. This is usually the yogurt I get because there is nothing. I always get this coconut water. This is not protein, but just in general. This is the matcha that I've been using. Oh my god, I haven't seen this in a while, so I'm gonna grab it. I'm so excited. I eat waffles like every day, so I just grabbed some of this maple syrup. I haven't had these in a while, but let's grab them. I'm also going to grab these. I feel like this is the most I've ever spent at Costco. However, and it's kind of funny because literally all the food is just for me, and the reason why is because my husband doesn't eat meat. So the total I believe was like $3.82. But yeah, I'm gonna pack this stuff up. I should have brought the bags in, but I didn't. But I'm gonna pack this stuff up, and then when I get home, I will show you how I use everything, how I eat everything, and what I use to hit these protein goals. We are home. Let's unpack this stuff. I'm gonna go. I'll take it out, and so this was the biggest Costco haul, like price-wise, that I've had since I started shopping at Costco. So there were things on there that I bought that are not specifically to protein. So I subtracted the amount that I spent. So I spent like $3.82 at Costco, which was ridiculous. Like, that's a lot. But then I realized I was walking down and this guy was like, oh, the tariffs are in effect, and I was like, I haven't honestly been paying attention to the prices today as I should have been, so I didn't see honestly anything that was any different except for my matcha, which I thought I paid $8.99, $11.99 for in the past, and it was $20 today. So I was like, what the fuck? But I'm gonna show you everything that I bought, minus the toilet paper that I have put away already. That's not kind of part of this protein haul. Get rid of it quickly. And then we'll go over all the stuff I did buy protein-wise. and tell you how I eat it or make it. Alright, first things first, I got avocados, matcha, obviously, like, I love matcha. I have matcha almost every single day. And then this coconut water. I really like coconut water. I don't really drink many things except for, like, water, milk, and then regular coconut milk or water. And once in a while I will have a Diet Coke when I'm at work, because I notice it keeps me awake as I drive home. So on my long days, that is what I like to drink. Well, it's kind of my only option. I have like Monsters and stuff that are available to me, so if I just happen to see a free Diet Coke there, I will take it. Okay, I'm gonna start with these Built bars. I stopped eating and drinking protein powders and protein bars. Reason why is because at this point I feel like it is just influencers trying to sell you shit. I stopped drinking protein shakes. The reason why is because I've moved on to, I want food. I want to get my protein from food. I don't really care to force myself to drink these chalky ass like protein powders. And I, for the longest time, was eating the protein from, or using the protein from Women's Best, and it's still hands down my favorite protein powder that I've ever tried, because it's not chalky, it tastes great. However, they use seed oils in it, so because of that, I just kind of tried to like stay away from that. And like I said, I don't want to get 20 grams of protein from a protein shake. I want to eat food. I love food. However, I'm trying to find a balance with that, because a lot of the way I get my protein is through meat, as you'll see, and a lot of it is red meat, and it has a lot of fat in it. So it is still a good alternative, but personally in my life right now, I would just prefer to have food over a shake. Same thing for bars. Like bars, it's a supplement. I don't need to be supplemented. Like if it's on a pinch or on a bind, or I don't have time, then I'd rather have a healthier alternative to eating this as a snack. But like I said, like I prefer food over limiting myself to a fucking bar. But anyway, I used to eat Built a long time ago. I found it on YouTube. One of the influencers that I was watching was promoting it, and to this day I really like the flavor of it, especially these two. So this is the coconut and brownie batter. I honestly, the reason why I started eating this again was an accident. My husband bought these, and I remember the brand, and I was like, hey, I thought you didn't like those because it had gelatin in it. And he was like, what? No. And I was like, yes, like I used to buy those. I would eat them all the time. Like I really like them, but like they have gelatin in it. And he looked and he was like, oh man. And of course it has palm oil. So, I mean, pick and choose your battles. You do the best you can when you're trying to eat healthy. But the reason why I bought these again is because they take away my sweet tooth. It's like eating an Almond Joy, so I just decided to buy them again. So for 140 calories, you get 17 grams of protein. Alright, next is Chomp's beef sticks, and this is the same kind of thing. I haven't eaten these in a while, but like I said, this past week, I have not had any like protein. I've been out and I hadn't gone grocery shopping, and it is just a very hectic week for me. And so I wanted to say like I've been eating like shit, but I'm trying to get away from that mindset. So I've just been not hitting my protein goals because I have been lazy, haven't been cooking, I haven't had anything to cook, and I've been going to the grocery store every single day. So I'm like and I've just been lazy. So because of that, I was like, let me just pick these up. That way I could just grab and go. So this has 10 grams of protein per 100 calories per stick. Next thing I purchased is 7 Sundays. I really like this brand. I haven't seen them at Costco for a while, but I really like their cereal. I really like their granola. And I will use this to, in the video you'll see that I showed you the Kirkland yogurt. That is my favorite Greek yogurt to buy. The reason why is because if you look at the ingredients, it is literally just the bacteria and cultures that come in the yogurt, nothing else, nothing added. So I like to put this in my yogurt with a little bit of honey. So that's how I use this and the yogurt for protein. Also, if I'm trying to have like a non-meat alternative, that's what I would go for.
I didn't purchase it today, but I usually buy the Kodiak protein pancakes. I buy the regular brand, like buttermilk one. The reason why is because I do like the other flavors, the chocolate and the blueberry, but I was just trying to limit my sugar, added sugar, because my A1C is high. So I bought this because I'm almost out, but it is maple syrup. So I try to, sugar wise, because my A1C is slowly starting to climb, I'm currently at a 5.8. I was at 5.4 last year. I've just been careful with the amount of added sugar and like reading the ingredients on the labels and stuff. So now I only, like, if I'm going to eat added sugar, it's going to be either maple syrup, honey, stevia, or there is date syrup that I have. So this is for my protein waffles every morning. All right, 2 things. Non-meat alternatives. Blueberries, I also like cottage cheese. I didn't purchase any today, but I usually don't get my cottage cheese from Costco. I use Daisy. And the reason why I use Daisy is the same thing. There's nothing in it but cottage cheese. So usually when I do the cottage cheese, I do blueberries, and I was doing fresh blueberries for a while, and I was debating on buying this or not because I'm like not really the biggest fan of frozen fruit, but it lasts longer and it won't go to waste. So I just decided to bite the bullet and buy frozen. And then these mozzarella packets, they're also a good like alternative to meat if I don't want to eat it. However, the reason why the red meat is so, I wanted to say bad for you, but like it has a lot of fat in it, and so does mozzarella cheese. So there is 3.5 grams of saturated fat and 5 grams of fat per serving, and that's about 28 grams, and that's basically like one of these little things. But as I showed you while we were in the store, I like to have like a little bit of a crazy salad. So I usually will just get some cherry tomatoes, some balsamic vinegar, some of this, some salt, and mix it together and have like a non-meat alternative high protein meal or snack. Okay, let's finally go over all the meat products that I buy and that I eat. And like I said, all this food that I just bought is literally for myself because my husband and I eat 2 different diets. He'll probably have some of the mozzarella or blueberries, but that's probably about it. So all this other meat, I want to say I go on a massive Costco haul for all this protein. Possibly once every month and a half, 2 months. I honestly don't remember how long I go, like how long this food all lasts me to go to Costco, but I'm going to show you how I basically split my meals and how I choose. So first we have shrimp. So this has per 8 shrimp, 22 grams of protein. It is a really good source of protein. So I use shrimp. There are 2 recipes that I just posted on my YouTube that like are either ramen, bok choy rice, or like some type of chow mein recipe. It is so good. And then there is a recipe that I posted a really long time ago where it's like squash, zucchini squash and all this stuff just chopped up in like kind of like a Cajun boil, I guess. So I like to have that as a meal, so that's what I use my shrimp for. I also buy the shrimp that is not cooked because I don't know, I don't like the pre-cooked shrimp. I feel like it doesn't have the same flavor, same taste. I don't know. Anyway, next is breakfast items. So what I have for breakfast, I wish I had turkey bacon, but unfortunately, Costco does not sell turkey bacon. I do usually buy, if I go to Vaughn's, the Applegate turkey bacon, but I have not seen it in a while. They have the regular one. It is a little bit more expensive. This was $15.99 for these 2 things, and the Applegate one, I believe, is like $7.99 for only a few slices, and it goes bad pretty quickly. So if I don't eat it right away, it's just a done deal. So how I usually do this is I will cut it up into 2, put one in the freezer, put one in the fridge, probably eat 2 to 3 pieces of bacon a day, 1 week, and then the following week I will switch to sausage for breakfast. So the bacon, where is the Where's my nutrition facts? Here it is. Okay, so for 1 piece of bacon, for this specifically, there's 70 calories, 5 grams of fat, which is the same amount as an egg. Just saying. I believe. I'm pretty sure I have that right. And then there's 5 grams of protein, which an egg has 6. So people make bacon out to be so bad, which, I mean, it's... you can sit here and argue it, but yeah, when I saw it has the same amount of fat, I was like, what have people been telling me my whole life? And anyway, and so the week that I'm not eating bacon for breakfast, I'll eat this sausage for breakfast. And so for 1 link, it's 160 calories, 9 grams of fat, and 16 grams of protein per sausage. So if you have, this is how I easily eat make my protein goals in the morning. 16 grams per 1 link, plus 6 grams in the egg, plus my 15-ish grams in my pancake. That is going to be probably on my lift days for my leg. My leg days are pretty long. They're pretty heavy. So I'll eat that. I'll get the carbs majority from the maple syrup and from the pancake, and this, my protein from the egg and sausage. And it is the perfect, like, pre-workout meal, in my opinion. Let's move on to the next 2 items, because I actually haven't had these 2 items in a really long time because I was buying ribeye. So like I said in the video, I didn't get ribeye this time, but I showed you the ribeye that I usually buy. The reason why I didn't get ribeye this time was because I honestly like bone-in meat, and Costco does not sell bone-in meat. If you're watching, can you change that, please? Like, it is seriously my favorite. I love to chew on the bone, and they just don't have it for some reason. So if I want ribeye now, I'm just gonna go to Ralph's, which sucks because the ribeye, I don't know, I'll show you how I like pre-package it anyway, because I still have some here from my last haul. I usually it comes in a big thing. I usually open it, weigh it, put it on a scale, wrap it up, put how many grams it weighs, and then throw it in the freezer. But I didn't do that this time. So that whole thing ranges depending on the pounds that you buy. But I want to say I usually pay like $79 to like $89 for maybe 8 slices. And it lasts me a while. But anyway, instead of that, this time I bought these 2 things. So this is grass-fed sirloin. This for 3 ounces is 5 grams of fat, 120 calories, and 19 grams of protein. So this, I have a video where I made like a sirloin mozzarella sandwich. So good. I also like to just quickly heat this up. This is already like pre-cooked, but I don't like red meat like this, so I just cook it a little bit longer. I'll show you what it actually looks like just to save space in my fridge. It comes like this. And so I'll have one defrosted, probably put one in the freezer, and just whenever I'm ready to use it, we'll use it. But I really like this also in salads. I have a hard time eating as many vegetables because I'm so focused on eating the meat, and that was like my favorite part of the meal. So I need to like stay away from that. But anyway, that is how I use this. There are a couple recipes on my channel. Sorry, if you go to Cooking Sundays playlist, you'll see where they're at. Oh, and then this, I watch Love Sweat Fitness on YouTube, and she recommended, I believe, these 2 items a long time ago, and so I did try them. These Hacks Organic Chicken Meatballs, same thing. They are already pre-cooked. I suck at making meatballs or anything with ground beef. I can never cook it very well. So these chicken meatballs are just always cooked to perfection when I make them because they're already like pre-cooked as well. But this for 4 meatballs is 130 calories, 13 grams of protein, 8 grams of fat. So there's a couple of things back here that you can use it with, but same thing. I would just eat this with like a salad or vegetables. So I didn't buy it this time, and I honestly have not been good about eating my vegetables. Is why I didn't purchase this again, because I haven't. This is so easy to make too, but I've just been lazy. But these fire roasted primavera, it is really good. Does this one have the... No, it doesn't. Okay, so there's one with Brussels sprouts. I don't really care for Brussels sprouts. I think they smell like shit. But The one that has the Brussels sprouts honestly does not taste bad. Like, it is probably the only way I can tolerate it. But if you just like cook up those veggies with some of these, it is an easy recipe. And honestly, everything that I'm showing you takes me less than 10-15 minutes to make, maybe 20 max. Just to show you real quick, this is usually how I prep my ribeye. So I just put it in saran wrap with how much it weighs, and I'm gonna defrost one for tomorrow, but usually just defrost it and we'll cook it the next day on the grill. Okay, we have 3 items left, and I will talk about this one next. So chicken. You see chicken breasts. I can't do it anymore. I know it's healthier, there's less fat, but it is just not as flavorful. I just don't like it as much as chicken thighs. There is much more flavor in this. So, this was $30. Like I said, it's weight-based, so I just try to find the cheapest one because honestly, it's just me eating it, so I don't really care. And then I will just split these. I'll cut them along, and I will put these in the freezer, and then when I am ready to cook it, I'll just defrost one overnight. And we have had a grill outside our home for like 3 years, never used it. I don't know what I was thinking. I suck at making chicken. I don't care how I make it, whether I put it on the stove top, whether I put it in the air fryer. I suck at making it. It is like just dry as fuck. So one day I was just like asking my husband, like, can you fire up the grill? We have a gas grill. And he's like, yeah, sure. Ever since then, mind blown. My chicken tastes amazing. So there are 2 ways that I cook my chicken. Either, I was trying to find wings, but I didn't see them at Costco, at least not the type of wings that I wanted. But anyway, I have this buffalo sauce, really good, from Primal Kitchen. Sorry, that was over there. Amazing. Okay, so I like that one, and I'll marinate it, and I'll do either 2 things. I'll make a chicken, buffalo chicken salad with some blue cheese, or I can make buffalo chicken wraps with blue cheese. And then the other way is just straight up teriyaki chicken. I'll marinate this in teriyaki sauce for a day, throw it on the grill real quick, easy, very peasy. It takes me like 20 minutes to grill, and it's amazing. So that's what I used with my chicken breast, or thighs. Next is my favorite slice of meat cut ever. This is flanken rib or Korean short ribs, however you would like to say it. This was $45 for these 3 thingies. Is there nutrition facts on here? I honestly don't really ever know. There isn't nutrition facts on here. I just put it in my app. I use Lose It to track my calories and stuff. But this is my favorite kind of meat. This is like my go-to comfort food. Like, I don't know. This is just my favorite. So I'm just gonna, like I said, cut these up. I am sometimes pretty bad and will sit and eat this entire portion in one sitting. There is 6 pieces of meat in here. I want to say this is probably about a pound of meat each. I just put salt, lemon, and pepper on this, throw it on the grill. It is amazing. It is my favorite. Like, if I don't want a juicy steak, this is my go-to. I don't know. It is just my favorite. That's how I marinate it. If you guys use it and marinate it in a different way, let me know down below in the comments. But this is my favorite type of meat ever. And so, yeah, this is what keeps me coming back to red meat. Like, I try so hard to have, like, chicken. I also eat salmon, but my salmon I don't get from Costco. I don't like the way it tastes. And I know it's probably, I actually don't know if it's wild caught. But personally, I like my salmon from Trader Joe's because I like the taste of it. The one at Costco is just way too fishy for me, so that's why you don't see it in this haul. But I do, if I do eat fish, it's going to be salmon. I can't taste any, I don't like the flavor of any other. Last but not least is this Kirkland grass-fed beef patties. And okay, I used to buy, let me see if I still have one because I believe I do. Somewhere here. I don't know where it's at. I'll show you my husband's. Oh wait, no, it is mine. Okay. I used to buy it like this. This is not from Costco, this is from Aldi. But I used to buy my ground beef like this. The reason why I stopped is because this just makes it a lot easier and it's already pre-portioned. But there are a couple of recipes that I use for this, so let's talk about it. What I typically do is, if I'm going to eat one of these, I will just separate it, because it comes like pre-packaged, defrost it in the fridge, or sometimes if I don't have time, they're not that thick, so you can just defrost it real quick. But there's 3 different recipes that I use with my ground beef that don't necessarily have to be in a like hamburger patty form. I just think it is the best way to have this already kind of cut and cooked. So for one patty, it's 380 calories, 30 grams of fat, 26 grams of protein. So yeah, this is I believe 85. Oh, this is 80-20. Oh, I thought it was 85-15 because the other one is. But I will have either like a protein style burger with fries, and I use Roots fries. This is the brand. Unfortunately, they don't sell this at Costco. They sell it at Costco, but it's sweet potato and it's the one that has seed oils. This one is avocado oil. So if you're listening again, Costco, can you start putting this one in? The one that's, in avocado oil? Thank you. Okay. Oh, so I will have this with this wrapped in either romaine lettuce or like a butterball. I think it's called butterball lettuce, and I'll just have as if it's like a burger. The next recipe that I use for this is obviously like the viral protein beef bowl that everyone on TikTok and Instagram was eating for a while. So the cottage cheese sweet potato ground beef with taco seasoning and I believe honey, like that is really good to also make with it. And the last recipe that I make with this is pasta. So I started also, if I could get the turkey ground beef, I would, just for less fat. But so you can use all those other recipes if you want to use the turkey or chicken ground instead. But I also use it in my pasta. So I will typically make either spaghetti or some type of bonza pasta. I use the marinara from Trader Joe's. I currently am out, but I will just boil the pasta, make the marinara, and then cook that up real quick, chop it up, and that is a quick, easy recipe to make. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below what other sources of protein you guys, or what type of recipes you guys use your protein in. But thank you guys so much for watching and joining my Costco haul. Like I said, this probably will last me about 2 months. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe I'll keep a countdown now. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next video.